We defile all that is good. Impatience snatches ardor and spins it round and round. Discontent is the centrifuge, sloshing the treacherous compound. The vial with all is good, addled from desire. I return with galled eyes to lapse the spring of Hagar, forgetting self-demise.
Panting out breathy sounds not to be found in type, paginated, defined, or otherwise phoneticized, two bodies animate, intimating groanings, kindling tongues aflame. Like the rhythm of an old man walking, aching, falling, dragging, stopping, drop, drop, drop like the sound of the sink dripping, and the empty silence before each tear, singing mute, dumb, blind songs without meaning, without definition, without any punctuation. I'm Jason.
And I'm Alyssa, and we write poetry. I try to notice things, the mundane or the glorious sacred things that are unnoticed. When you think about it, or you do notice it, it becomes really profound. Details are really big for me.
Traditionally, poets have talked about inspiration as being something which comes from the outside. These supernatural, inspirational voices give a spirit of inspiration to the poet, and then there's romanticism where inspiration is all something that springs from within the individual, and it's about expressing emotion, finding an original and new way to say what your experience is. For me, inspiration is a synthesis of those things, giving close kind of meditation and contemplation of daily things, and trying to not necessarily imbue them with more meaning than they have, but kind of wake up to what's really going on in our experience, because it's so easy to become dazed and just in a sleepwalk state.
When you're young, you kind of want to reject your roots, and I've always been drawn to authors that really embody their culture and their community. If the language and the spirit of the thing doesn't have an identity, then people aren't going to connect with it. I think Springfield is really great because it allows for vulnerability. It allows for you to fail. I think maybe in some other places there would be some weird stigmas about being an artist or being a writer. Maybe it's because we're in the Midwest, I think it's more down to earth than that, and people are really willing to hear what you have to say, for you to try a new medium. I like the freedom and the authenticity that fosters.
Everybody comes out of this kind of geographical and temporal matrix where it's this place and time is so much generating who you are and what your window in on reality is going to be. So the artist, I think, always has this challenge of understanding the situation that has brought them into being and kind of constitutes who they are, but then they are also acting into the world, and they're kind of creating a self and a world. We, just by doing what we're doing, are defining Springfield.
I think our marriage is unique in that both of us really value poetry and art, but we have radically different styles. That's something I think that helps grow us, because we're constantly reading each other's work and critiquing and praising and just making each other better.
Martin Heidegger has a famous quote that says, "Language is the house of being." The way that I've been unpacking that is the way that you speak is the world that you live in. Whether you're writing those things down or you're just thinking them or you're just behaving them, that is the world that you inhabit, and it's what you are. I think poetry just teaches you the world is this very malleable place and this very fixed, solid place, and you're kind of caught in the middle of those things. And I think the poet is trying to play this balancing game where he's seeing the ways in which the world is not what it appears, and yet also do justice to the way it appears, and to maybe in the end create a kind of revelation of a new way of being and a new truth.
I think this past year I've learned a lot about trying to find my own voice in poetry. I would tell someone who's writing or wants to become a better writer to write a lot and try to take the pressure off of being someone within it. It took me like 4 years to chuck that off. It's taken a long time for me to have confidence in just writing for writing's sake. More freedom will come from authentically being yourself and trying to write things that are sincere.